Thank you. Sohail, can you guard the phones, please?
Sure.
There's no one by them. I don't want them to disappear. Okay, before I start today.
Pratik has made a deal with the guy who met him.
Oh, yeah? Before I start, I just want to let you know, when I'm up here during these times, I'm not giving a speech. So don't use this model as a speech. I'm just talking to you. Whereas when Hania just called me up here to do table topics, that's more like a speech. So once in a while, I'll probably book a speech and give you guys a speech, like a prepared speech, so you can hear what it sounds like. I don't usually do it because I want to give the opportunity to you guys to take advantage of it. But which kind of leads me to the performance of the group today. I thought it was excellent. Didn't you guys think it was much better than last week? Give them a round of applause. It was awesome, right? Couple points of improvement. I want to be short on this whole Toastmaster mentor thing because I'm passionate about the topic of networking and I honestly want to talk about it. So I'm just going to transition really quickly. I thought the preparation was wonderful. It's okay, just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. The chair did a great job. Toastmaster did a great job. Toastmaster, when you see someone does not have a speech, you should always have another speaker that can jump in and do it. More experienced speakers usually have something called a pocket speech. It's always ready. Whenever they're called upon, they're ready to give that speech. I always have a few, right? So you can, at any time, you can ask me and I'll jump up here and do something. I'm sure Sohail can do the same thing. Talking for 5 minutes, 7 minutes about something is not a big deal once you've done it a few times, right? That's number one. The other thing is, if he doesn't do it, it falls on you to remind him, on the chair to remind him, because remember, the chair oversees the entire picture. So if you look at the agenda and you see, oh, we only have 2 speeches, what's going on here? And then, you can go back and forth. But I thought you guys did a great job. Every single person was amazing. 1 point for table topics, it's not a conversation. So if you find that you're standing here and they're turning around and speaking to you, go hide somewhere, go sit down, right? Shake their hand and go sit down, so they can't do that anymore. I understand it's difficult and people are getting used to it. That's okay. We need to hold each other's hand to make sure that we can grow. But remember, incremental improvements, little improvement at a time, and we'll get there. This was amazing. This was a huge leap comparing to last week. So kudos to you guys. One more round of applause. I think it's deserving of it. All right, let's talk about networking. Who thinks networking is not important? Be honest, please. Hands up if you think networking is not important. I was that guy a while back. It was a long time ago, but I was that guy. I remember somebody pulled me in his office, one of my bosses pulled me in his office and he said, I'm going to teach you something that's going to change your life forever. And I sat there and go, whatever, buddy. What are you going to, one thing you're going to teach me that's going to change my life? He took a piece of paper, he wrote contact number 1. And he wrote his name on there with his telephone number. And he said, every day increase this number and go through your life. Because these people are the people that will change your life, regardless of what position you're at. Today, I believe that. I think that's the honest truth. So you need to do the same thing. A lot of you probably have lots of contacts, not in Canada, right? Who doesn't have any contacts here? Anyone? Anyone else? Okay. There are 40 people sitting right here. Right? That's a start. You guys can start networking with each other. There's so much potential in this room. I want you guys as my contacts because Andre is going to go out and kill it in 2 years. I want him as a contact because he's going to help me make money. Same thing with Pratik. Same thing with David here. All of you. I just picked on these guys because there's the same thing with Rosita, Sarah. Wait, everybody, right? Because that's the way this works. We grow together. right? There's an expression that says a rising tide lifts all boats. You understand what that means? A rising tide lifts all boats. So think of it as a family. You help each other out. We help each other out. That was the reason I created that Facebook group for students and alumni, and it's dead right now, but it's going to take you guys to get on there and network with each other. Why? Because when you move away from here, those people are still going to be on there. So interact with each other on there, okay? There's another saying that says your network is your net worth. Your network equals your net worth. Okay, the bigger your network, the more money you make, if that's your goal. If your goal is to get a message out, a message of goodness, a message of faith, a message of whatever, your network will help you to propel that forward. I understand that not everybody is motivated by money, right? So that word net worth, think of it as whatever means wealth for you, whatever means happiness for you, okay? So take that to heart. Now, how many of you guys are IT people in the room? Hands up. IT. Who's studying IT? That's it? Everybody else, put your hands down.
Business.
Who's in art? Okay, business? Okay, all right, I see it. All right, so the art folks might hate me in a few minutes here, but maybe not. To those of you who like structure, right, who like formulas, who like code, basically, I'm going to share something with you that has worked tremendously for me. It's a formula. And I'm going to say the same thing that guy told me that day, that it will change your life if you stick to it. I promise you that. Last week I told you education is useless unless you make changes. Do you remember that? Education is useless unless you use it to actually make some change. If you do that, everything is beautiful. It's working for you, right? All right. Who wants the formula? No, I'm not going to give it. It's only a few people. One more time. Who wants the formula? All right, those of you who don't want it, that's okay. All right, it's okay. All right, here. So let me tell you the story first behind it, and then I'll give it to you. It was how many years ago? I think it was 2004, something like that. I wanted to make more money on the side. I had a decent job, but my wife was staying home, and I had to go out and make some more money. And I thought I'm tricking her, because I went out and got into this thing where I had to sell products. Right? There was like a dietary product and whatever that I had to sell. And I thought if I get into this thing, she's going to sell it. And I don't have to really do anything. And we'll make more money. Right? So I thought I'm tricking her. Didn't work. It landed all on my shoulders. And I realized that I don't know anything about marketing. I don't know anything about sales. It was a disaster. Because I went out and bought all this stuff, filled the garage with all this stuff to sell, and none of it was moving. So I went and sought mentorship. I went to people who would coach me. And these guys said, well, you need to network. I said, okay, I know all these people. They said the people who know you will not buy from you, which was the weirdest thing ever, but it was true. Like my family, my friends, everybody said, come on, man, what is this stuff you're selling now? What is this new trick you've got up your sleeve, right? So I had to go out and meet new people, and this was a challenge because I didn't know what the hell to talk about, right? Yeah, you can talk about the weather, but it gets old after a while, right? So this is a formula that they taught me, and I practiced it and practiced it. Write down, if you have paper, otherwise remember it in your mind, FORM, F-O-R-M, FORM. That's an acronym. The F stands for family, O stands for occupation, R stands for recreation, and M stands for message. Okay? Family, occupation, recreation, message. You got it? If you don't have a piece of paper, some people are writing it down. You can email them later or something, get it off of them. Okay? Here's how it works. You meet somebody, you shake their hand, you start asking them about family first. Everybody has a family, right? Recreation, what do you do for fun? I'm sorry, occupation. What do you do? Right? Recreation, what do you do for fun? So it's like a ladder that you go up. Because if you ask somebody about family, what's the natural thing they're going to do next? Ask you about your family, right? Nobody's just going to stand there, answer your question, and just keep looking at you, right? If that's the person, forget it, walk away. They're probably not very useful to you, right? Occupation, what do you do? What do you do for a living? I'm a student. What do you do for a living? I'm an IT guy. What do you do? I pump gas, whatever it may be. Recreation, what do you do for fun? I ski. What do you do for fun? I play volleyball. What do you do for fun? I fight for a living. Where's that girl? Yeah. Message is the important one, okay? So what happens naturally is you're climbing a ladder with this person. You take one step, they take one step. You take one step, they take one step. This whole thing may have taken 10, 15 minutes. Anywhere. In a lineup, in a cafeteria, you're pumping gas, whatever you're doing, that works, right? The message is what you want to get out of it, and it's different every time. For me, who was selling something, I was trying to get them to a point where they were telling me that they want to lose weight, for example, so I could sell them some weight loss products, right? But that's the message, is basically what you want to get out of it. For you, you want to walk away and have the ability to reach out to this person again. You want to be able to add them to your contact list. With social media today, it's super easy. Instagram is non-confrontational. It's not so personal as Facebook. LinkedIn is even better if you have a strong LinkedIn. The next step, which I wasn't really taught back then, and I kind of figured it out on my own, is you don't just stop there. You connect with that person the next day, a week from then, and you say, hey, it was really cool meeting you. I remember you told me you love sushi. There is this really nice sushi place that I've been to in downtown. I think you should check it out. Did you get that? So whatever they said that was interesting to them, and you heard it and you recorded it, you bring up something about that. Maybe you send them an article about that. Maybe you tell them about an experience that you had. It just tells them, I was listening, I was paying attention. Maybe they told you their child was sick. You write them, when you write them, you say, how's your kid doing? Is he feeling better? You build instant rapport. And then you continue to nourish that list. Right? So Hale said something, he said, I'm not one of those people who thinks you need to be friends with everybody. Me too, but I think you network with everybody. You make a huge, you don't have to be friends with them, they're your contacts. You reach out to them, they reach out to you, and you just network with each other. I would love to continue talking about it. I can do a 2-day workshop on this stuff. That's how passionate I am about it. But I'll have to stop because you guys need to go home. I'm going to bring Sohail up. Well, I'm going to bring Wade up so he can bring Sohail up and close the event. Hold up. Thank you, guys.